Good afternoon, traders. It's Bill Baruch with Blue Line Futures, and this is the FX Rundown. We're seeing the dollar index consolidate today ahead of CPI data tomorrow. First, though, we had PPI today. It was overall soft, but was expected to be soft. Tomorrow's CPI number holds the most weight, though, and the core number we watch most closely. It's month over month, expected to increase at 0.2. Year over year, expected to increase at 2.1%. Now, the Fed is expected to cut rates at or before that July 31st meeting with an 80% probability, but if this number comes in stronger than expected, it's going to begin to price out those rate cuts that are now priced in. But if the number comes in soft, it's going to encourage the Fed to cut rates. It's going to pave the path for them. So watch that very closely. It's going to affect the currency markets as well as the equity markets. But for the dollar index, a weaker number is going to weaken the dollar index, and a stronger number will rev that dollar back up, where the dollar is consolidating just below 97, 96.75. This was previous support. You remember us talking about it last week. Now for the euro, we wrote this on the FX Rundown last night. We think it's in a breakout territory as long as it holds above 113, 113.20. So watch that. However, you do have strong resistance overhead. We wrote about that in the FX Rundown. Check those levels out on the report we sent out last night. So again, consolidation right now, but tomorrow's CPI number is going to push it directionally. We also have Mario Draghi talking early in the morning tomorrow as well. Now for the Japanese yen, it's off the worst levels of the day. Major 3-star support 91.96. This was a buy opportunity. We called it on the FX Rundown last night. So you either look to take a little trade today, or you think equity markets are going to see continued volatility. It's going to continue to lift the yen, or you think that tomorrow's CPI numbers are coming weaker than expected, and the dollar is going to weaken, which it will also lift again. So those must be the two things you're looking for in order to hold this trade right now. But ultimately, this is a nice pullback after a healthy move higher over the past several weeks, holding the correct level and moving off it very well right now. So watch that with the yen. And then tonight we also have Chinese CPI data. Watch that very closely. A bad number could encourage the yen to pick up just a bit. However, as a stronger number might send the yen a little lower, might need a less need for safe haven. So keep an eye closely on that. But it also is a nice segue into the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar is moving off the previous lows from yesterday with Chinese stimulus news. That news again lifted the Aussie dollar, lifted some commodity prices today. But what we are going to watch is Aussie consumer sentiment, and for that Chinese CPI number tonight. A worse number would weaken that Aussie dollar, and a better number would strengthen that Aussie dollar. So again, watch that there. And then what we're also seeing is the Aussie stay contained under that 70 mark. So that 70 is now major 3-star resistance. It was last week, and it still is. We want to see a move, decisive close below about 69.5, and then that would start to encourage the bear case and secure a failure on the recovery to 70. Now for the Canadian dollar, it's coming in a little bit here today. Strong move over the past two sessions. Friday's move with a strong jobs number coming in just a bit. We think the Canadian dollar is a buy against 75. Watch that. But you also want to be aware of the surroundings. Crude oil is off the best point of the week. Tomorrow you have energy, the EIA data, so keep an eye on that. If the crude oil weakens much more, you don't want it to drag down the Canadian through that support level. Give us a call. We're here to help talk about anything on the board. 312-278-0500. You can email us info@bluelinefutures.com. Check our website for updates. You sign up for a free trial of research. Remember, futures trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Thanks a lot.